Week 1, Day 3, Morning Nourishment, Micah 5:2. But you, O Bethlehem Ephrathah, so little to be among the thousands of Judah, from you there will come forth to me he who is to be ruler in Israel. And his goings forth are from ancient times, from the days of eternity. Matthew 2:10. And when they saw the star, they rejoiced exceedingly with great joy. When the Magi arrived in Jerusalem, Herod was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Why was all Jerusalem troubled at the birth of the one for whom they were waiting? This is religion. I am afraid that many who are seemingly for the Lord's return will be troubled by his coming. Then Herod called the chief priests and scribes of the people together and inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. The scribes were those among the people who had doctor's degrees in theology. Immediately they answered, Bethlehem. They gave him the right book, the right chapter, and the right verse. They quoted Micah 5:2. But did any one of them go to Bethlehem? Not one. They were troubled by the news, but no one cared to go and see what had happened. Today's reading. Then the Magi left Jerusalem, and behold, the star which they saw at its rising led them. When they saw the star, they rejoiced exceedingly with great joy. When the Magi came into religion, they missed the star, but when they left religion, the star appeared to them. They could not find living guidance in Jerusalem. They did not receive the heavenly vision in religion. They had to leave. When they departed from Jerusalem, behold, the star went before them. In principle, it is the same today. Micah 5:2 was the holy writing, the holy scripture prophesying that Jesus would be born in Bethlehem. However, by that verse alone, you could not find Jesus. You would know in what city Jesus was to be born, but you would not know on what street or in what house. Even if you have the knowledge of the scriptures, you still need the instant, up-to-date living star to lead you to the very street and the very house where Jesus is. You may have the Bible knowledge, but you still need the living guidance. It is easy to accumulate scriptural knowledge, but if you would have living guidance, you need to live in an intimate relationship with the Lord. You need to be one with Him. The Word says that the star led them until it came and stood over the place where the child was. The heavenly star led the Magi to the very spot. This is all we need. How can we find Christ and serve Him? Not merely by Bible knowledge, but by the living star. Not one found Christ merely according to Bible knowledge. Those who followed the heavenly star found Him and worshiped Him. Do we need the knowledge of the scriptures? Of course we do. It helps. But there is a condition. The living, instant guidance, the guidance of this very moment to lead us to the very spot where Jesus is indispensable. Without this living guidance, we may know the Bible, but we may not be able to arrive where Jesus is. It is the living guidance that brings us to Jesus so that we may worship Him and offer our gifts to Him. The Magi saw Christ and they worshiped Him. Then we read in the Bible some significant words. They were divinely instructed in a dream not to return to Herod. Therefore, they departed by another way to their country. After we have seen the living Christ, we will take another way. We will not go the same way we came. We came the wrong way. Now the Lord has adjusted us so that we will go on by the right way. We should not go back through Jerusalem. If we have seen Christ, we need to take another way.